am I the asshole for having my 28 male coming out very late, including a secret private wedding? We had a family dinner recently. We all got tested and live in a country that has more relaxed rules right now. My father and mother, both in their late 50s, my brother and his wife, and me and my husband. The thing is, I have always told my family my now husband is my roommate, best friend, or brother from another family. He was never there at family gatherings, only in rare cases, but not like a boyfriend. I was careful not to show too many signs. I also got married to the love of my life 2 months ago. Only us, no family and friends. We have both stable jobs and income and our own spacey apartment. We even talked about getting a pet and someday even children. I just wanted to be completely sure to only come out when I'm independent from my family. They're not homophobic. The topic of LGBT just never came up, so I was not sure how they would react. So we had our rings on, and I nervously, but also happily, told my family that I'm gay and married. Guys, there was a dead silence at the table. Everyone was looking at us in pure disbelief. Then my mother asked for how long, and I answered. We were married for 2 months and together for 3 years. I could tell she was angry and told me she couldn't believe the audacity. Took some of the dishes and left the table. My father threw a rebunking look at us and followed her. My brother was also not very happy because he asked me about being gay some years ago and I denied it without a second thought. He said congrats and made efforts to leave too. My sister-in-law did the same, politely said congrats and left with my brother. I can't believe how they reacted. I thought they could be happy for me, but I think I was wrong here. I wrote my mother a long text message, how disappointed I was in her reaction. She only responded with, "You're unbelievable. You lied to us for 3 years, didn't even tell us your engagement, and now acting like a victim?" To which I replied that it was my choice to come out whenever I felt ready. To which she only replied, "Yes, and it's my decision if I ever want to talk to my lying son ever again."
Wow.
I should also mention she had a relationship shortly after her graduation with a gay man for some months. At the end, he told her he thought it could have worked because she had some manly features. It made her distrust men she dated for a long time, which I don't think that's the problem your mom is having here.
Wow, that is also so layered. I have a question. I have a question for the room. Are they mad that he's gay, or are they mad that he got married and didn't tell them? Because it's not clear to me.
That's the second one is the vibe I'm getting. I feel like she's so hurt and upset because they maybe would have been understanding, but the fact that they lied, or he lied, for 3 years, and then they just secretly got married. Like,
that's what I was getting to.
Okay, so here is the exact trap of coming out. This is why I'm going to just be like, what if we never came out? What if we, and that's going to sound like that we stay in the closet. Not at all. Like, what if you could be okay with like loving whoever you're going to love? Mm-hmm. Because I don't think there's no right time to come out, and there's no like, you can never be, almost what I said is so controversial, so I'm like just literally going to unpack it. It's like there's no right time to come out, and there's no right way to come out. And especially, here's the bigger one, you don't have to be in a relationship with somebody to come out. And I feel like that is something that people, his story, I think it was him, his story is very common where people are like, I'll come out when I'm in a relationship. Because then I can be like, okay, here it is.
Right.
Can you be happy now?
Yeah.
And I feel like his ran so deep, it's like, I'll come out when I'm in a stable relationship, when I marry that person.
Independent from family, yeah.
And then I'll come out. And it's like, what if somewhere along the way he knew that he could have come out before he even met his partner?
Right.
What if he knew that he could discover and be okay with himself before that even happened? Because then he would have been out, and maybe it would have been some sort of like, I don't know, but like maybe they could have known this relationship. Maybe then they would be invited to the wedding.
And that's the thing too. Like, you've been, they were dating for 3 years and he didn't go to any family events. Like, on the rare occasion, like, your family, he said they're not homophobic. Like, I can understand staying, in the closet if your family is extremely homophobic. You're scared, you're under 18 and you're scared you're going to get kicked out and like all those repercussions. Like I get that, but like he said, like they're not homophobic. And so to hide your relationship and like who you are for so long when you don't need to or potentially didn't need to.
But he didn't go into his fear of why he didn't come out until after he was married. So I can only add on, I can only just sort of imagine. But it's it's interesting that the family was mad when maybe they were just sad that they weren't included as what.
That's what I think it is.
Yeah.
Because as you're reading it, the more and more I felt like it's not a gay issue. It's not an issue with being homophobic. I then just thought about, it would be like if you and I showed up back home for the holidays and we walk into your house and we go,
oh, we eloped.
Oh, guess what? We're married. Your mom would flip.
My mom would kill you.
Well, and my parents would be like, dude, like what? Why?
We didn't get to be a part of
they want to be
moment.
Yeah, it's
it's
special
more about
day.
and the fact that it would almost be like as I went home, I would blatantly say, oh, no, Morgan's not my girlfriend. I don't have a girlfriend or whatever it is. And then all of a sudden we're married. I think that's where it's like, it would kind of be like, well, okay, thanks for
the
Thanks for
invite.
including
That's
us.
where the queer layer comes into play because
Right.
it's like, because again, if coming out wasn't even like a part of pop culture, it would just be like whatever person you're dating, whatever gender is just okay as a baseline, then it wouldn't even be in that situation.
Right.
You are absolutely going to love the Schitt's Creek bonus feature because this is like what they talk about. They're like, we never had a conversation about coming out. It just was. Like people in the show, like being gay, being pansexual, being, bi, it just was. And it was accepted.
That's what I loved about it.
It's one of the most, when you watch this, it's one of the most beautiful things you'll ever see.
Bawled my fucking eyes out.
I can't wait.
You have plans tonight now. You have plans.
I'm
You have homework.
booked and busy.
Yeah.
Yeah. So someone commented on the post and goes, do you realize that it's not about you being gay? It's about you hiding a whole ass relationship and marriage. If you'd surprised them with a wife, do you think they would have responded drastically differently to how they did already? And OP actually comments back and goes, after I read all those comments, yes, I think they would have reacted the same way with a woman. I give my family some space and I'll try to talk to my mother first.
Yeah, I
That's
think
beautiful.
the only thing at this point that he could do is just give the emotional and just the whatever he was feeling and the reason he hid it.
Yeah.
I think that's all you can try to explain at this point because yes, you did kind of lie and you did hide things.
Yeah.
So now just try and make them understand what made you feel the need to do that.
Yeah.
Because you consciously would be making that choice every day. You'd be choosing not to share that. And I can't imagine it's easy to hide such an important relationship to the point where you even get married to this person and to hide that from the people you're closest to in life.
Yeah.
Well, that is the queer story that when you think about why things need to be taught in schools, like pronouns and sexuality and all of that stuff, it's like if we're literally taking off the table being worried about the coming out part, then you won't hear stories like that.
Exactly.
But it's so common within queer space. This one has a different twist where it's like it's actually not about the gender of the person that is the thing, but it's because they felt like they had to be so secretive that it led to the moment where the family gets upset.
Yeah.
I hope that he can have a good conversation with his mother, and I hope that one turns out nice.
Yeah.
Me as well. Yeah, overall vote on this post was you're the asshole. Which, yeah. Top comment, you're the asshole, I'm afraid. It's true that you can choose to come out or not as and when you feel ready. But you're the asshole for expecting your family to be nothing but delighted when you drop the bomb that you've had a partner for years and are married, and for going after them about it when they were shocked. It's not about whether you're straight, gay, or anything else. It's about the fact that you hid the significant event of your wedding from your family and then expected congratulations when you sprung a completely unexpected thing on them.
Right.
Since they have never given you any reason to think they would be homophobic, It's also going to be deeply hurtful to them that you hid a major part of your life from them because you assumed they would be.